Servus Freunde, my name is Jimmy Cage.
Jimmy, we need to talk about your inheritance, about your successor.
We do?
Yes, I think I should be your successor. It's the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't think so. You're nothing but hot air and not an air. Catch my point?
What?
Servus Freunde, my name is Jimmy Cage.
Hello, Jimmy.
Who are you?
I'm the Pleasantmeister. I'm the pineapple of politeness.
What do you want?
I know it's hard to reprehend, but I want to be your successor.
Get the hell out of here.
Goodbye, Jimmy, sir.
Servus Freunde, my name is Jimmy Cage and... Servus Freunde, my name is Jimmy Cage. What now?
I want to apologize. All I ever wanted in life was to become preposterous.
Well, you definitely managed that. Idiot. Servus Freunde, my name is Jimmy Cage.
And I'm Deniz, the Buddymeister.
We have reviewed almost 500 indie movies on the channel, and once a month we let all of our awesome supporters decide what we should watch next. The last poll was all about Kamal Haasan comedies. The newest poll is already up as well, but when this video is coming out, but at the time of the recording, which is right now, I have no clue what that poll is all about, but I will add some graphic here and then you will know. The movie we are talking about today is called Madana Kama Rajan. It's from 1990, a Tamil language comedy directed by Singeetam Srinivasa Rao, written by Kamal Haasan with dialogues by
Crazy Mohan.
Yeah, Crazy Mohan. We actually already watched another Kamal Haasan comedy by Singeetam Srinivasa Rao. Do you remember?
Pushpaka Vimana.
Pushpaka Vimana.
Okay, yeah.
That silent movie, which was pretty cool. Yeah, do you want to talk about the story maybe?
Yeah, the story was somehow adapted from a Pakistani movie by director Kader Kashmiri. I couldn't find that movie, that original movie, but they changed
pretty much the
entire story. So it's
just the premise of
the premise of the quadruplets. Yes.
Yeah.
So the synopsis is 4 brothers get separated at birth and cross paths again as adults.
Yeah. That's the story.
That's the story. There is of course something like who gets the inheritance from the father, and there's this backstory. But to be honest, this movie doesn't have a story.
What? No, that's not true. That's not true. But I find it funny that this is a remake or inspired by this other movie, because the story about children getting separated at birth and finding each other again when they are adults, we have seen this at least 2 or 3 times in Indian cinema. And I mean, it's a very basic, classic story. Yeah. So we even watched the Hindi language Ama
Akbar Anthony. Yeah.
Anthony, which is a similar story as well.
Yeah, right, yeah.
So, and the movie with Amitabh Bachchan and his brother, was it Diva? Isn't it kind of the same story too? Where one becomes a gangster,
and one is a policeman. Yeah.
So it's a very common story, and it's an interesting story because you can have children growing up under different circumstances and turning out very differently, belonging to different religions or social classes, stuff like that.
But we never got 4 brothers.
No, we never got 4 brothers, and never played by the same guy.
Yes, and more brothers is always better.
Always, yeah. I mean, you just described the story, and the first thing that I absolutely loved about this movie is, of course, the beginning. Because this story is told, I think it was Kamal Haasan's idea. He didn't want to spend that much time with establishing the story, so he said, like, let's do it all in a song. The soundtrack was composed by the maestro himself, Ilaiyaraaja. Yeah, and the first song, the name is Gadagelu Gadagelu, sung by Ilaiyaraaja himself and Deva. And that song, while the opening credits are running, is basically the entire story, and it's such a great song.
Yeah, we hear it at the beginning of the movie, and we also hear it at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
And it has a really nice. It's an earworm. It's a really catchy, and it's like this MADANA KAMA RAJAN, and I've in my mind since I've watched this movie and can't get it out.
Yeah,
and it is really nice because it's like this intro to everything that's happening. And I had a bit of a hard time to really follow this whole. So the brother is here and the father is here, but I got the gist of it. Yeah, so
I actually didn't get one part. Spoiler alert! Not really a spoiler, but until very late into the movie, it was when I finally realized that the father, who is apparently killed in the beginning, is the actual father of Madan. Mm-hmm. First, I didn't get that. I was watching the movie and thought, well, it's the same. He's also a rich man. It's also about inheritance.
Yeah, but I was thinking about that too.
Yeah, because there's this goon hired, Alex, who should kill the 4 children, but he has a change of heart and he puts one child into a temple, one he adopts himself, one into the car of the father, which is why the father is the actual father of one child, and the fourth one I don't remember. But Buddymeister, your opinion.
Yeah. Let me just say something first. So we quite regularly get the hint that we won't understand the movie because the characters are talking in certain dialects, and it's really not easy to translate, especially when it's a comedy that is about linguistic puns or these malapropisms where someone says something but means something different. And even though we've seen a lot of movies that were hard to understand, I never had the feeling that we were lost or anything. We mostly found our way into the movie. With this one, it's a little bit different. I really, not maybe the first time, but I thought that there is a lot of talking, a lot of dialogue going on that I probably missed more than I wanted because I think I have a good ear for languages, and so I thought I sometimes got a malapropism because 2 words sound the same, but it meant something different.
Also very few instances where the subtitles pointed out something.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, but I think I was probably 60% of all the linguistic jokes went over my head.
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah, and that's so when I'm assessing this movie now, so I really can't do it justice properly, but the movie is also not only linguistic puns. It's also slapstick and all this confusion stuff, comedy of error.
Yeah.
And I thought it was all right.
What, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was all right. I think my biggest issue with this movie is that it's way too long.
Yeah, it's very long.
So extremely long. And I think it's the style of this movie is we get which is totally fine. It's more like a series of events of skits after skit after skit, which are sometimes more fun, sometimes less fun. But I think it wears out its welcome. It's the timing isn't always right. It's a bit too, like you said, too long, especially at the ending. And so I personally never found I never I had some good laughs, but I never I never found my way into this movie.
Okay, that's unfortunate. I like this movie a lot.
Oh,
I thought
it's great.
At least the first 30 minutes or so, the whole introduction part, I totally loved it. I really loved it. And then in the middle section, I'm a little bit on your side. Then it's really taking a long time. It's almost 3 hours, this movie. And in the middle section, I began to kind of zone out a little bit.
Yeah.
But, and I totally get that the finale is also too long. We will talk about it, the whole finale at that little cabin on the mountain at the cliff. It's too long, but I also thought the last half hour picked up some momentum again. And when we arrive at the big house, not on the mountain, but the big house, the big mansion, where now all the characters Kamal Haasan is playing kind of look the same. They all shaved the mustache and they look all the same. And the girls, they don't know who's who, or they assume it's the same guy, but why is he now with a different woman? I think it picks up some power towards the end. Overall, I liked it a lot. You are, of course, very right when it comes to the dialogue. When I put up the 3 movies with this recent poll about Kamal Haasan comedies, a lot of people were commenting that we will be lost with all of them, and we should probably watch this one because it has some other stuff going on as well, and we will probably enjoy this the most. And I have to say I really liked the movie quite a bit.
Yeah, but to be honest, I think I don't want to sound like he knows that guy, but I think like even if we were getting all the puns, okay, when there's a lot of puns and dialogue, it's not like, okay, we have a movie now that's 2.5 hours long, you don't get the puns, but I don't think that's like working all the time. This is just one or two different kinds of jokes, and you make it all the time. Yeah, but and I don't want to say that I'm understanding this movie. Yeah, but I think like I don't think that I would love this movie if I understood everything. It's like because there are many things surrounding this comedic style that I didn't like that much, but I got some of those malapropisms. He talks about cooking a mean. So mean with EA is of course like excellent in English, and in the connection to a mean. A mean with double E is fish.
Already lost.
Excellent fish. A mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's also this one scene at the end that I got where I think is Raju is lying on the bed and he's calling, or is it Kama? I don't know. he's calling after Tirupu, and the other woman is turning him around on the bed.
Yeah.
Because
that was also the subtitle.
Tirumpa means
turning around.
Yeah. And Tirumpa, so it's
a laugh riot.
I laughed, but the most fun I got of this movie is like from the more crazy stuff, like Beam, the big bodyguard, or like how the house on the cliff at the end is like falling apart from itself. The handrail and the ass-kicking grandmother is so it's so stupid, but I love that.
But there are a lot of things you just said that I want to pick up on.
Do it.
I will do it. First of all, coming back to the beginning, I think the whole beginning part is excellent. First, the song by Ilaiyaraaja.
Yep.
Then I really liked how these 4 brothers are introduced. It felt very organic. Like we are going from one brother to the next, and there's a fire, and then we get the fireworker and stuff like that. It felt very organic. Later on, there are still a lot of coincidences where I thought we are past that time where you can put so many coincidences in the movie. I think Hitchcock once said that you can start your movie with a coincidence or some coincidences, but later on, it's not that good storytelling if still we have these coincidences. I think we have a little bit more leeway in a comedy to do something like that. But so the thing I think I enjoyed the most about the movie. First of all, let's talk a little bit about Kamal Haasan.
Yeah.
I think he's doing a really nice job portraying 4 different characters. And this is a comedy, so of course the outfits are a little bit exaggerated, especially from Michael, who's the gangster. He has these sideburns and the longer hair. So he looks very fun. But it's not just his looks, but he also talks differently.
Yeah.
And I really like the difference between this polite character, the Kamishwaran, and the cook, the gangster Michael, and also Madan, this rich businessman. I really enjoyed when Madan is coming from London and immediately commands everyone around. He's the official heir. And I think Kamal Haasan is doing a really good job here. I think the second thing that I really actually loved about this movie is the soundtrack by Ilaiyaraaja. There are 5 songs in this. On the soundtrack there are 7 songs, but 2 are not in the movie they didn't film it, but they still produce the songs. I think all 5 songs are amazing, and I think they're a good way to get through the movie for us. The first one is the introduction song, which is great. Then the second one, I think, is my favorite. This is when we got Raju, who is a struggling actor, and also fireman, which I thought was already quite fun. And I kid you not, after that whole fire sequence, he jumps on the back of the fire truck and he jumps in a way and moves his feet that I knew we're getting a song now. And I was super exciting for that, because in a comedy, I like the songs even more, because then it's not just a romantic song, but hopefully something that is also fun. And this song is amazing. It's called Rum Bum Bum Adam Bum.
Yeah.
Sung by S.P. Balasubramaniam and K.S. Chitra and choreographed. Do you know who choreographed the song?
No.
It was choreographed by Prabhu Deva, which is kind of the Indian Michael Jackson.
You
know him from Chiku Buku Riley, Gentleman. So he did the choreography, and it's so silly, the song. Kamal Haasan is wearing this Sesame Street sweater with Ernie on it. And the choreography is super fun, and I love this song. Rum Bum Bum Adam Bum.
Rum Bum Bum Adam Bum.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. And my favorite song actually is Siva Ratiri. That's the song where Saku, the daughter, is trying to seduce. I think it's Madan. Is it Madan or is it the person who plays Madan at that point? I think it could also be Raju at that point because they changed places.
Yeah.
And he's at home.
Yeah, true.
So it could be Raju. I think it's Raju. And it's like nice because how it starts already. The mother like lights the candle and like he wants to push the daughter to like seduce him.
Yeah.
And she like starts to dance and shake her hips, and it's so fun because this song also kind of works like it has this satirical undertone because they dance around the stairs and on the couch, and it's all a bit clumsy. It's like, when they fall, and it's really a great mixture
seductive, but also playful. Wild.
It's great. And they act it in a way that's really fun. And of course the song itself, the melody, and it's still a nice and romantic song.
There's this fun sound effect in there that sounds like water drops.
Yeah, that's right.
Really, really playful instrumentalization as well. Sung by K.S. Chitra and Mano. I looked up all the songs this time.
That's preparation here.
Yeah, with this one, because I thought all 5 songs are so different, but all of them are quite amazing. So, and something you hinted at in that song, there's the mother of the love interest. Yeah. And I think that's also something that I liked about this movie, that the women come in pairs. Like we have... what's her name? Urvashi plays Tiripu. The love interest for Kameshwaram. And she comes with her grandmother, who is kind of a kleptomaniac.
Yeah.
She's stealing stuff. And also there's this fun scene where someone walks by in the foreground and the gold or the money is stolen again. And she comes with the grandmother. And then Rupini plays Chakubai, who is the love interest for Madan. She comes with her mother, and they are these con artists. Because when Madan first arrives there, Chakubai is sitting in a wheelchair and she's blind. They are these kind of con artists, and I thought that was fun, that not only the men, or especially the Michael character, is this shady gangster, but there's also something to the female characters here, and I like that a lot. Coming back to the songs, and to Kamal Haasan's performance, because I think Kamal Haasan has a really nice chemistry with all 3 women here. The first love song that we get is the one between Kameshwaran, who is this polite cook, and I thought he was so adoring in that role, and Tiripu, played by Urvashi, and I think the 2 of them together is really very charming. There's this scene where they are getting closer and already holding each other, and then they're, what are we doing?
We
shouldn't suppose
they're holding each other. In the room between the window and some like. And they're great together, and then they are getting married, and we get this song which is titled Sundari Niyum Sundarananum. And I think this is without a doubt the most romantic song of the movie. And what's special about the song, it's completely shot in slow motion. From beginning to end, it's completely shot in slow motion. It gives it this dreamlike, magical atmosphere. And I really enjoyed it a lot. It's completely shot in... I think he loves that movie.
Yeah. The more I thought about it, I have to be honest, in the middle section, I was kind of tired. Yeah. I was almost dozing off. But the more I thought about it and reading up on the songs, I think I really like this movie a lot. The song was sung by Kamal Haasan himself and as Janaki. And then you already talked about the other song, Shiva Ratiri, which is also really, really fun. And then was there another one? Yes, of course. There's another pairing. The one between Raju it's difficult to get all these names right. Raju and Shalini. Shalini we didn't mention yet. She's played by Khushbu. She's a painter. She's a painter and the love interest for Raju. And there is the last song, which is titled Vichalum Vikama Punalum, sung by Malaysia Vasudevan and again Ash Janaki. And that's not just a charming romantic song, but during that song sequence, the villains, Alex and his son, Michael, they are trying to knock him out.
Yeah.
And we get this song and then a typical comedy scene where the goons are trying to knock them out. So, yeah, that was also fun. Yeah, 5 really good songs.
Yeah, 5 really good songs. This movie has, for me, it had something going for it, but
nice.
Not that much. I don't know. It's interesting that we're like diverging that much. Yeah, I'm really into comedy, but I think, like I said, there is a lot of fun things in here, but just the length of it all just dragged it down for me, and it really like. And there's stuff, how they repeat stuff. It became a little bit, it has no like golden thread. Because I thought at the beginning, like you, the introductions or the first half hour is great. We get to know all 4. But then like we get for an hour or even longer, we only get 2 characters and the other 2 have just vanished. It's kind of nice that they come back in some kind of way, which is like I said, a coincidence, but it's fun.
Yeah.
But I almost wish that it was like, we jump back and forth between all of them, all of the 4, like the whole time.
Yeah. The Michael character is also a little bit underwritten, maybe.
Yeah, I like the Michael character, and I wanted more of him. But he's like, okay, he has his few scenes, and that's it. And
also the only one who hasn't. There's no love interest for him.
Yeah, he's just a crook.
Already long enough.
Yeah, but maybe in the end things come together. But and it's maybe my fault, but I thought it was a little bit confusing for its own sake. So
for sure.
So I was lost in the confusion, and at that point I couldn't have any more fun because I was thinking, so is this supposed to be him right now? I get that that's the joke, but I thought it wasn't a bit too much.
I think the subtitles, or that we have to read the subtitles, definitely make it harder. Because I too was a little bit confused in the middle section, and it was becoming a little bit exhausting to wait a second. Okay, this is this guy. What's his agenda? What's his plan? But I think it's actually quite easy when you really write it down and think about it. But while watching, I also had it wasn't that easy. But the movie also, I thought, has some really nice action set pieces.
Yeah, and some really good stunt work.
Yeah, with the car chase, for example, where someone is hanging out of the window and stuff like that. And there's also that action, that fist fight with no music, which was great. Just sound effects, where people were flying through glass again and again. It was a little bit like Jackie Chan cinema.
But we've seen a lot of these action scenes by now. And I always love action scenes where there's no music, because it gives the fight this raw and gripping nature, and they don't do that often in Indian movies, and so it's nice to have this one. And the stunt work was pretty amazing, and also like at the end we have this, I don't know.
We can talk about the ending.
So that's the whole thing. I think it's 20 minutes with the house on the cliff.
Very long,
I think that's probably very inspired by Gold Rush.
Yeah, Charles Chaplin movie, and I think Kamal Haasan is
a
big fan. Yeah, we also
fan
saw
of
it in
the silent era, Hollywood silent era, and the Charlie Chaplin. And this sequence like begins very strongly. As I said before, it's like so much fun when Beam, or I think people who go to the house before him, like how the handrails break and everything falls apart. Why? And that's so fun. I don't want to know why. It's just fun because this house is like, I don't know, it just falls apart.
It's on his last legs.
Yeah, it's really fun. And also like the grandmother starts with their martial arts ass kicking. I don't know where that comes from, and that's fun. But like I said, that scene is really long. It's really, really long.
Yeah, it gets a little bit tiresome. And
it couldn't probably like do it half. Yeah. To do the half the time, and it's okay. But it's a nice ending. But I just wanted all a bit tighter because I thought
sure.
if you really don't have like that golden thread, a story that's because that whole inheritance story really.
But I thought there was heart to it that the father survived.
Yeah, that's okay, but there's there's like no glue between the brothers really. Like they try to tell us this story of the four brothers coming back together, but if that's all you have to say, I still would say don't make it in 160 minutes. It's just too long.
Yeah. Different cinema, different audience.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, of course,
yeah,
but
it's
not
our
like
review.
it's our review, and it's not like
you have seen other movies in which it works better.
Yeah, I wouldn't also cut the songs or stuff. I would just cut some of the normal narrative stuff where you would say, that's just not necessary. But that's just me.
But then again, I think
you would love this movie if it's 250 minutes long.
Definitely. No, but I think the supporting cast is also really nice. We have Nassar in a small role.
Yeah.
At the beginning I thought, hey, that's Nassar. His role is probably the main villain, but then it's just a tiny role. And I think we have to give a shout out to the guy who plays the assistant to Madan. The character name is Avinasi.
Yeah.
And he's played by Nagesh. And do you remember Nagesh?
Is it Nagesh from the...
Yeah, it's from Bama Vijayam.
From Bama Vijayam.
It's the son with the expressive face. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the same actor.
We loved him in that movie.
Yeah, and I think he's
nice.
pretty...
I
think he's pretty great here as well.
Nice.
Always trying. And again, with the dialogue, we have problems with the dialogue. But still, you could make out something from the dialogue. There were lines like he has to be a parasite and attach himself to everything so that he can survive. And he has 8 daughters or 10 daughters, stuff like that. So I thought his character was pretty hilarious, actually.
That's true.
And I think I don't have anything else in my notes.
Me neither.
Yeah, you already mentioned the bodyguard. He is played by Praveen Kumar. He plays Beam. Also really fun at the beginning when Kamal Haasan's character just says, jump out of the window. And he's okay.
Okay, that's
boss.
a fun scene. Yeah. Okay, boss.
Yeah.
He just lands on his feet. Yeah, and he comes back up through the window because he tells him, come back up, and he doesn't tell him come back up the stairs. He just climbs.
And it's also filmed in a nice way. It's the movie has some slight cinematic touches to it. It's not just... camera here, go. And of course, we didn't talk about it at all yet. But of course, this is a movie where the main actor plays 4 leads. And there are, of course, obviously scenes where Kamal Haasan is in the frame several times.
They did a good job. And I guess that this was also like a
highlight.
Highlight what made the appeal.
Yeah.
Because they are like, we have most of the times we have two different Kamal Haasan characters in one picture, and you can see that he's probably not watching at this person right now, but it's totally fine and it looks cool. And there are some shots where with mirrors and stuff where we see the other character, and that's a pretty neat idea. And this, like we said, the action scenes are also shot in a way that you, especially the car chase, where you get a feel for the speed because there oftentimes we get these ramp up sections where it's just made faster and it's not really fast. And in this case, I really thought, hey, they shot this with quite a nice pace. So
sounds like you loved the movie.
It's fine.
So what would you say in German about it?
Okay, with the proviso that I did not understand everything.
Anything, okay, yeah.
I didn't understand anything. I'd say, diese Verwechslungskomödie hat für mich leider nicht so ganz funktioniert. Es sind ein paar wirklich witzige Ideen und große Lacher dabei. Aber der Umgang mit den durchaus interessanten Charakteren ist mir zu unausgeglichen. Die Gags zünden nicht immer und insgesamt ist der Film einfach viel zu lange.
Nice, I liked it. Your what's the English Fazit? Your
resume.
It's pretty negative. Some positives in there. Mine's almost it's completely positive.
Okay.
I didn't really mention the negatives.
Let's hear it.
Michael Madana Kama Rajan ist ein total charmanter indischer Komödienklassiker, der nicht nur Kamal Haasan in Bestform, sondern einen wundervoll aufgelegten Ensemble Cast aufweist. Auch filmisch bringt Regisseur Singeetam Srinivasa Rao einiges mit und der Soundtrack von Ilaiyaraaja hat echt alles, was das Herz begehrt.
Okay. It's probably my last video here, I think.
Maybe.
I'm going to be fired.
So,
what's your rating? Should I go first because my rating is?
Yeah, you go first.
Should we end with on the higher note?
You go first.
So I give this movie 6 out of 10. It's more like 6.1, but I don't do that.
That's fine.
What's yours? 10?
No, not 10. I was about to give it like a 7 out of 10. I was very tired in the middle section. But after thinking about it some more and listening to the soundtrack today, I listened to the soundtrack like 2 times when I was working on some other stuff. And I give it a lot of the benefit of a doubt because the dialogue by Crazy Mohan, who is kind of a legend. I think all 3 movies that I put up for the poll were the dialogues were penned by Crazy Mohan. So I give it a lot of benefit of a doubt. And why not? I give MADANA KAMA RAJAN 8 out of 10. It's more like 7.5, but I don't do that either.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, Jimmy.
Yeah.
These are a bit like shaky numbers, but did you know that quadruplets occur in about 1 of 700,000 pregnancies?
No, I didn't.
Oh. Quintuplets in about 1 of 50 million. Okay, that's I have no more numbers.
Yeah, that's nice. Thanks a lot. So please tell us in the comments below what you think about this Tamil comedy classic. And what do you think about this guy here?
Is it over for the Buddymeister?
Is it over for the Buddymeister?
No, we don't have to say that every time somebody...
We have to.
We have to?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd, and also on Patreon, simply at TheJimmyCage.
You can hit me up on Twitter at the Buddymeister, if you like. And
if you enjoyed this episode, this review, please give us a thumbs up, share, subscribe, whatever you like. And make sure you hit that bell for all we have to tell.